Welcome to Delray Beach, a paradise in motion, a crystal blue ocean, palm trees that sway in the warm sunshine, sunsets that look like they were painted by the hand of God himself.
I didn't see anything coming. My life changed within the blink of an eye.
Without a doubt, Delray Beach is known for its beautiful ocean, sandy beaches, vibrant nightlife, and extravagant lifestyle. From luxurious cars to high-profile visitors, actors, entertainers, and entrepreneurs. But on the surface, it feels like paradise. But only a few know there's another side to Delray Beach. Hey, welcome to another episode of Street Stories of Delray Beach. My name is Ron Carlone, and today we're meeting with a single father living on the streets. Someone who says he lost everything after going through a difficult, painful relationship. He hasn't seen his son in 3 years. You know, life can change faster than people realize. Behind every person sleeping outside, carrying everything on their own, and trying to survive one more day, there's usually a story most people never heard. Today is not about judgment or choosing sides. It's about listening and understanding. Because the truth is, people do need help. They need support, resources, opportunities, and sometimes financial help to get back on their feet and off the streets. We call this episode In a Blink of an Eye.
My name is Nunu. I'm 46 years old. Living in Delray Beach. I'm originally from England. I came here in a marriage situation. My ex-wife was American. The marriage broke up about 2020, and I lost everything. Access to my son, access to any financial means. She took everything, including my car. I was on the streets. And I've been fighting for my life since then. I met my ex-wife in Nicaragua, and that's where I was a content creator. We were doing filming, and it was a huge event. And that's where I fell in love with her. And I flew her back to England a few times to build that relationship. We traveled a lot together. And when I met her, man, I thought that was it for me, you know. That was be the right choice for the rest of my life. And the 5 years that I was with her was nothing but abuse, physical. It was abuse mental. I sold everything. I sacrificed everything for a family, for a goddamn family. The day I held him in my arms was my everything. I want my son back. I want to hold my son again. I feel like a failure. I didn't see anything coming. I was one of the top tier content creators in Europe. And I used to travel for work. I used to get clients book me, and I used to edit videos, content for magazines, productions. I had everything, man. I had everything.
What are you doing now?
I DoorDash on a bike, on a mountain bike. I lost my car. I was renting cars, but the woman that I was renting from was charging me over the top. I was even living in my car at the time. And ultimately, I wasn't making enough to pay her rent, and I lost it. And then I got a ticket, or my license got suspended, and I needed to find a way to work and survive, and that was only the way. It doesn't matter, you know, I pedaled 40, 50 miles a day, start at 6 in the morning, go all the way till 9, 10, just to make a few bucks, because they don't even pay you as much. But it's paying for a few bread for my stomach, just to feel a little human. And the rest of the time I go over life. I go over my son. Look at his photos, focus on all the mistakes I've done, and I want to correct my life. Because my father told me one thing in life. He says, doesn't matter how hard life gets, Don't be that failure. Because a man that keeps fighting to the end is a man. And that's the only thing that's kept me going, with the need of being in my son's life. Listen, man, living out in the streets, I could tell you thousands of stories what I've seen. I've seen somebody OD on the side of the street and nobody even looked at them. When I was down in Fort Lauderdale, I was on an e-bike. I got punched in the face, jumped on by two people, took my e-bike, stole everything. Put me in the hospital. This is the kind of things that I see homeless people go on here, on those streets, every fucking day that we see this shit. This is what gets us. Do I want to be on the streets anymore? Absolutely not. I just want my life back. I want to get out this shit. This shit is the worst shit that anybody could be in. And then only a few people survive on this shit. The hardest part, man, is asking for people for help, because you see the rejection of the way people look at you on the street. The hardest part is asking for people for help, man. Man, if I had a wish, I want to get back into a place, be able to feel a bed on my back. I haven't felt a bed on my back for a long time. Make an environment, a happy environment for my son. Get back in the digital creation world. I'm really good on designing, man. I used to create a lot of concepts and put them out there, and people used to love them. But the choice is, do I eat or do I dream, or what I want? But none of that makes any sense without my son and having my family, man. He's my only family in America right now. Is just my boy, man. And I want that back. I want to be able to have a regular life again. I want my peace, man. Everybody in life deserves peace in their life, right? Staying in the street is commotion. It's noise. It feels like I haven't slept in years, bro. I have not slept in years. I never ever imagined that I'd be nearly 50 and experiencing this. I used to watch these stuff in movies, and I used to think, that could never happen to me. And that's wrong. It could happen to any of us. But dehumanization has taken over this world so badly. When I see people asking for a bottle of water in the streets, I see people just ignoring them. So what gives me the confidence asking somebody for water? I have to go to like some restaurant, like a McDonald's or something, and say, hey man, can I get a nice water? Rather than asking somebody in the streets, because you're invisible. And I feel like I let my parents down, man. My parents are gone. I never ever thought I'd let my parents down. I lost my mother in 2013, and it's not a day that goes by that I don't think of my mother, man. Because that was the only woman I talked to. 5 years, 6 years, I don't talk to anybody. I talk to myself. If I could change, if I could do something or make something happen in this world, dehumanization has got too much for people, man. Especially with homeless people. Humanize them. Show compassion, because once they were amongst you guys, they were working, they were not invisible. So don't dehumanize, give compassion, because that's what we want when we are struggling. Because it's hard enough as it is, going through every single day trying to think where the next food is coming from, where you're going to sleep, where you're going to go. That's the toughest thing ever. And all I want is that opportunity to get back in society and contribute like I did before. Because I'm battling to get out of this right now. That's all I want. Just that chance to get back in the world and not be invisible anymore.
Thank you, brother. And that concludes another episode of Street Stories at Delray Beach. Stay tuned for more episodes, and always spread kindness everywhere you go.